Welcome to In the Money with Shannon Rosic from Flyer Financial Technologies, the company that builds cutting-edge technology designed to solve asset and wealth management firms' toughest trading workflows. In this podcast, we help advisors and asset managers understand how technology is transforming the wealth tech sector. We'll cover how to leverage technology for faster, smarter investment decisions, megatrends, and more. Shannon draws from years of experience in the industry, along with guest experts, to explore the biggest challenges and opportunities in the wealth tech game. Now, on to the show.
Welcome to the inaugural episode of In the Money with host Shannon Rosic of Flyer Financial Technologies. Now, this podcast promises insight from top names in the financial services industry, along with solid action items for advisors, asset managers, and more. I'm Patrice Sikora. During this episode, we will learn more about Shannon in her own words. Now, Shannon, you've had an interesting career trajectory in this space. Talk about that and how you ultimately found your way to Flyer Financial.
Absolutely, Patrice, and very excited to be kicking off In the Money finally and to get this off the ground. So stay tuned, obviously, for episodes coming in the next few months. But my career trajectory has been very interesting. When I went to college, I had really no intention of going into finance. My background is in marketing and communications. So I will say that my parents are thrilled that my degree is actually getting put to good use. And I'm doing podcasting, I'm doing video. I, love content, but, my first true opportunity was really at Investment News. They took a chance on me as a marketing coordinator. And that's where I really fell in love with this industry, with FinTech, the people in it. The network I have is absolutely incredible. And so starting out as a lowly coordinator, I got exposed to events, digital media, and I said, oh my goodness, this is where I fit. I love content. I love producing and, sharing storytelling really at the end of the day is my passion. So, after 5 years at Investment News, they were kind enough to let me launch a crazy series, and most people know me as Gadget Girl within the industry. I swear some people still don't know my first name. Usually when I run around on conference floors, it's, hey, Gadget Girl. So I'm still referenced that, years later, but it was my first true foray into, viral digital media marketing and, think Carmen Sandiego meets Inspector Gadget, if you will, for FinTech. And we were doing these fun educational campy under the hood looks at FinTech firms. I did everything from rent taco trucks to talk about data aggregation to surfboards to dressing up in Western garb. And, I've done it all. I have no shame, but that really took off and that really sparked my passion for what I do now. And from there, I stayed in media for a while, and I was a host at Asset TV for all things FinTech for them. I bounced over to Medici Global, which was a research platform for global FinTech. So that got me into banking and APIs and payments. So I got to see a whole other world of FinTech. So I've had great exposure to it, and after that, I was at Robust Wealth as their digital marketing manager, and I got to really hone my marketing skills there, which ultimately brought me to Flyer as their VP of marketing, their first in-house marketing person, and we're just getting everything off the ground right now, which is a really exciting time. So they've trusted me to ultimately get all of the content, so blogs, social, podcasts, video, and really get our name out there, increase our brand awareness. And it's been a blast so far. The team is incredibly supportive. I feel very, very lucky to have this opportunity to really make it my own, to serve Flyer and really get their name out there.
Well, congratulations on this.
Thank you.
So tell me about Flyer. What does Flyer do? Who are your clients?
Absolutely. So in its simplest form, Flyer Financial Technologies, which we also call Flyer FT, builds cutting-edge technology that solves asset managers and wealth management firms' toughest trading workflows. So a lot of what we do is behind the scenes, and all of our technology is cloud-based. So we serve wealth managers, asset managers, broker-dealers, RIAs, banks, TAMPs, other technology service providers. And the platform at its core, we have a product called Copilot, which is a multi-asset trading platform. And attached to that is our Flyer Trading Network, which is an order and trade routing network with direct fixed connectivity. And ultimately, Copilot and FTN, which is our trading network, enables advisors and portfolio managers and traders really the freedom to focus on performance at each stage of that trading life cycle. So from portfolio construction to trade execution. And the whole idea is that we take the approach of technology should really augment rather than replace the humans, resulting ultimately in more effective trading workflows with less effort. So a lot of, like I said, a lot of it's kind of behind the scenes, that plumbing a little bit, but we have a very robust portfolio management and order management platform. So that in a nutshell is what Flyer does.
Shannon, Flyer just went through a rebrand recently. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. So actually, right when I joined, which was at the end of August 2021, I stepped right into a rebrand, which is one of my favorite things to go through as a company, actually, when you're deciding on all the new branding, the colors, the messaging. And we used to be referred to as Fix Flyer. So a majority of folks probably still know us as that, but we ended up dropping the Fix name and became Flyer Financial Technologies because it's ultimately more encompassing of what we do. We're not just fixed connectivity and infrastructure. As I mentioned, we do portfolio management and construction, managing all the trade workflows. So there's a lot more to us than that. And so we felt like this name better describes who we are and where we want to be moving forward ultimately. So we even dropped our old colors, which were red and white. And now which is ironic that I'm wearing red today. Probably should have worn blue. But now we've rebranded, new colors, new name, new tagline. And that was a really exciting opportunity for us to go back out into the marketplace. And now it's all about brand awareness and just making sure folks know who we are and what we do and how we can ultimately serve their business needs.
All right, you keep saying we. Tell me about we. Who works with you?
So Flyer has actually been growing extensively over the last year, especially. We've really invested, obviously, in marketing and engineers, product folks. So it's a very exciting time for us as we grow and expand our capabilities. Right now, I am the only marketing person on the team, which I'm used to. I love it. It definitely keeps me busy. Every day is a learning experience, which is great. So I can't complain. But we really have an incredible product team with folks with backgrounds all over the industry. And a really interesting fact, our CEO, who is incredible, Brian Ross, he used to work at NASA, actually. And most of the guys here are engineers at heart. So they love to break things down, reconstruct. And so I am the creative that got thrown into the mix of it all, right? But most of them come from backgrounds, like Brian comes from 20 years at BlackRock. He's kind of a serial entrepreneur as well. He always has great ideas. I'm lucky that my boss, Bradley Kellogg, our CFO, is very supportive of all of our initiatives, and he's another brilliant mind. So I can't complain that I'm surrounded by folks who are willing to help me, coach me, help me learn, but also trust in my abilities to really get the name out there, to understand the product and make sure we're all aligned internally. So getting my arms around that a bit, but it's just so far, it's just an incredible experience because of the people who work at Flyer. Everyone, it just really feels like a place that people aren't interested in just collecting a paycheck. People truly believe in what we're doing. They're excited to build. We're constantly building, new aspects to the platform, new functionalities, and everyone truly believes in it. So I really can't complain.
You're talking about building platforms and working behind the scenes. Tell me, who uses you? Who is your best client?
Absolutely. So we've actually made a foray into asset management just this year, and that's an audience we're really trying to target, as they are often looking for more nuanced, more sophisticated technology. So our ideal client is that tech-enabled, and by that I mean firms that are really interested in driving change and growth and sustainability through technology. They understand that they need either a best in breed platform or an all-in-one platform to have success serving their clients. So tech-enabled asset managers, that are maybe 10 years old or so, not that we want to exclude anyone, but we have found success there. And RIAs who are focused on a little bit more high net worth clients, because not all RIAs have a trading desk. So folks who really need those trading capabilities, who have teams of portfolio managers, analysts, traders, all the ops folks. But as I mentioned earlier, we are a lot of things to a lot of different audiences. So we don't only serve those wealth managers and asset managers. We're also partnering with all the major broker dealers and custodians, as well as banks and TAMPs and other technology service providers. So depending on what your needs are, if you need an OMS or a PMS platform, or you just need our APIs to plug in or utilize our trading network, you can really piece together what you need from us, which kind of goes back to our belief in that whole best in breed platform, which is what a lot of folks are looking for right now. So they can really ultimately have that control at the end of the day with their technology. So we make it very easy to plug into us and get you up and running in as quickly as 90 days even. So we're a very nimble team, and you can utilize us however you see fit and however that fits into your business model.
We will get back to this. We'll review it again at the end of the podcast. But how could someone reach you with questions?
Absolutely. So the easiest way is actually through our website, which is just www.flyerft.com. There's several links to contact us. You can fill out your information. We'll get back to you usually even same day. So very responsive team. We're also all over social. Check us out on LinkedIn, and Twitter is where we're most active, but we'd absolutely love to hear from you if you have questions.
Now, Shannon, you are going to be hosting this podcast with all kinds of guests.
Yes.
So we want to learn a little bit about you too.
Oh boy.
When you're not working, what do you do for fun?
Oh, that is a loaded question. I need to stop picking expensive hobbies, but I have actually been riding horses since I was 8 years old. So at my core, I am a cowgirl at heart. So I'm not in business attire. I'm in my cowgirl boots for the most part. I barrel race, I team pen, I do a lot of cow work, I do a lot of local showing. And I actually have 2 horses, and my husband's going to kill me because I keep collecting animals between our 2 dogs and 2 horses. But it's what I love. It's what I've been passionate about for 20 plus years now. And that's never going away. So even if I have to eat peanut butter and jelly all the time, I don't care, as long as I can have horses and ride and have that as my outlet. And we're an animal family at the end of the day. So that's what we really love to do. And outside of that, even we love to ski and hike and just really enjoy all that Colorado has to offer. I feel very lucky to live in a state that really you have everything you could want here if you're a nature person and an animal lover.
That is fantastic. And I suppose this question just kind of rolls off the tongue following that answer. If you had all the money in the world, what would you do with it?
Oh my goodness. Well, first and foremost, shout out to my parents. I would make sure that they were taken care of and all family was taken care of. But I would also open a massive animal sanctuary. That is a dream of mine. So not just horses, dogs, and cats, but think miniature donkeys down to goats, llamas, alpacas, pigs. I would just buy up a ton of land and create just an incredible sanctuary. And that's where I would live out my days as well.
I love that idea. I really do. So you've got these great plans for an animal sanctuary, but until then, what is your proudest achievement?
It's actually a very recent one. In a crazy impulsive moment, I purchased a 3-year-old horse that I will actually be training over the summer. And that's the first time I will be training and working with a trainer to ultimately make him my own. At the moment, he's a blank slate. He can go in any direction. So the fact that I'm at a point in my life, not only where I can sustain this crazy hobby, but I'm now at a point where, I'll be ultimately training him to make him my barrel horse, my ranch horse, whatever I want him to be. And I've never had that in the 20 something years I've been doing that. So to me, I'm very grateful and thankful to be in this position, because that's what keeps me going every day, ultimately, is having this passion and a family that supports it and friends that support it. It's just something I love and I look forward to every day. So I can't believe I'm already here at this point, and I'm very much looking forward to that this summer.
That's fantastic. How does the 3-year-old get along with the older mare that you've got?
Well, that's to be determined. I'll find out later this summer. She's a bit of an alpha mare, so I have a feeling, and she's much bigger than him, so I have a feeling she may put him in his place and push him around a little bit, because, well, they establish pecking orders pretty quickly, and I think she'll let him know who's in charge sooner than later. We'll try to ease them into, meet over the fence and try to ease them into it. But I think she might kick his butt a little bit.
Well, here's hoping it doesn't last long. I mean, the kicking of the butt, that is.
Exactly.
All right. So Shannon, do you have a motto or a mantra that you tell yourself just to keep yourself focused?
I do. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Really treat others as you want to be treated. I think we get so caught up, especially in the business world, and making sure we're saying the right thing and being perceived a certain way. But at the end of the day, just have real conversations with people, have thought-provoking conversations, get to know them. I'm incredibly grateful for the network that I have within this space. The folks I'm friends with and who I've met have all been so supportive. When I change jobs, everyone's excited, and we all love catching up at conferences when we're on the road. And that's a big part of why I ultimately stay in this industry, is because of that network and because we're all ultimately supporting each other. And it all just comes down to, because I've built relationships, I've been real with people, I have no airs about me. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just want to do my job to the best of my ability and support and raise people up along the way. And they've done the same for me. So I'm incredibly grateful for that.
So you're an honest cowgirl.
I try to be.
All right. We mentioned it before, but again, how can listeners reach you and reach Flyer if they have questions or they just want to talk to you?
Absolutely. So again, you can reach us at www.flyerft.com and fill out any of our contact us forms. You can also find us on LinkedIn under Flyer Financial Technologies, and on Twitter at FlyerFT as well. And you can also reach me on my Twitter at Shannon Rosic. Same thing for LinkedIn. Happy to answer any questions you may have. And hopefully I'll see some of you on my podcast here soon.
I'm sure they will, or you will. So don't miss any In the Money shows. All you have to do is follow the podcast to know when a new episode is ready and share with others. I'm Patrice Sikora with Shannon Rosic, and let's talk again later.
Thank you for listening to In the Money, the show that delivers advisors, asset managers, broker-dealers, and other technology service providers the knowledge they need to navigate this industry. Don't forget to click the follow button to be notified when new episodes become available. The information covered and posted represents the views and opinions of the guest and does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of Flyer Financial Technologies. The content has been made available for informational and educational purposes only.